Hello everyone. So in last three videos of nucleophilic aromatic substitution, we have seen three different types of mechanism. So this is a part 4 of nucleophilic aromatic substitution where we will discuss some problems. Okay. So here we have a molecule which is, see, there are two NO2 substitution, and suppose this is number 1 carbon, this is number 2 carbon. So these two chlorine, they are ortho to number 1 NO2 group. So when we are treating it with MEO, this nucleophile, then we are getting the product, this one, not this one. But apparently it seems that we should get the product, second product, right? Because the replacement of this NO2 group, it will be sterically hindered compared to the NO2 group which is at, that is number 2 NO2 group. Okay, but actually we are getting this product, not the second one. So there is substitution of the first NO2 group, not the second NO2 group. Okay, so let's write the mechanism here. So I will write the starting material with the NO2 group in this way. And MEO minus, it can attack on both sides. I will write both the structures. So suppose if the attack is at 1 NO2, that is this NO2, then what we will get? So double bond will be shifted. So this is the structure. This is OMe, this is NO2. I am writing OMe as above the plane of the benzene ring and NO2 below the plane of the benzene ring. Okay. Now if the attack is at second NO2, that is the second NO2 bearing carbon, not NO2. So what structure we should get? This is Cl, this is Cl, and now the resonance will be here. Now see, if you compare these two structures, the blue one which is attack at NO2 number 1 and the red one which we are getting when there is attack at the 2 nitro group bearing carbon. What is the difference between these two intermediate? Okay, so in the blue one you can see that the resonance that is taking place with this NO2, and in the red one the resonance is taking place with this. Now for an effective resonance interaction of a NO2 group with the benzene ring, the p orbital of the nitrogen atom, okay, the p orbital of the nitrogen atom, it must be parallel to the p orbital of this carbon atom. Fine, but for that purpose the oxygen atoms of the NO2 group, they also must be coplanar with the ring. But now in the red structure there will be steric repulsion between the two chloroatoms at ortho position and the O minus atoms. But that type of steric problem, it will not be present in case of this structure, that is the blue structure, when there is attack at this carbon. Okay, so that is the reason. Now from this, what final product we will get after the removal of NO2 and after rearomatization? The final product that we will get, this is our only product. This is actually this product, not the second one. Okay, so that is all about this problem. Next we will go to the second problem. 2-chloropyridine reacts with phenol in presence of alkali. So 2-chloropyridine this is the structure of 2-chloropyridine. We are using phenol in presence of alkali. So it will be, that is oxygen, it will remain in this form because the hydrogen that will be taken by alkali. So this is phenoxide ion basically. So if it is attacking here, I am drawing the resonance structures. And I am writing this as OPH. The next resonance structures, it will be and the third one now the negative charge is directly on nitrogen, right? Now I will draw the 3-chloropyridine. What type of resonance structures we can get, that we have to see. So for 3-chloropyridine, OPH minus next resonance structure, the third one so see, if you compare the resonance structures in the first case, that is in case of 2-chloropyridine, in case of the last one, suppose this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. So in number 3 you can see there is directly the negative charges over nitrogen. So this will be very stable structure, stable intermediate. But if you look at the second resonance structures, then in none of the resonance structures you will find directly the negative charges over nitrogen. So that is the reason that 2-chloropyridine, it reacts with phenol in presence of alkali to yield ether. So this is the stable structure, that is the especially the last intermediate is very stable structure, but that type of that is directly the negative charge over nitrogen we are not getting in the second case, we are getting it only in the first case. So finally the product that we will get after the removal of Cl, this is our final product. So this is ether, right, to yield an ether. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Next we have to predict the products. So the first molecule OSO2CF3, it is attached with the benzene ring, and we are using lithium salt of diisopropylamine. So if we draw the structure OSOCF3, and lithium salt of diisopropylamine means this molecule Me2CH whole 2 N minus Li plus. So diisopropylamine, the structure is Me2CH whole 2 NH. So what we have done, just replace the hydrogen with lithium. So now it will be the lithium salt. Temperature is very low. So in presence of this is a very strong base. So this hydrogen will be taken by this base. Okay. So as a result, what will happen? Let me change the color. Now there will be formation of triple bond. So finally what we are getting, there is triple bond and OS O minus CF3, and lithium salt will be remaining here as counter ion, plus Me2CH whole to NH, that is lithium, sorry, it is simply diisopropyl amine. Okay, so these three are the products we are getting. Okay, now come to the second problem. This is number 1, number 2. Here we are using KNH2 and NH3. So from the reagent itself you can easily understand that it will go through benzene mechanism. Fine. This is CH2 whole 3 NH Me. Now with respect to chlorine there are 2 hydrogen, right? Now it seems as if to capture this hydrogen it will be easier than this hydrogen because of the steric hindrance. But actually here this hydrogen will be captured by base, not this one. Now what is the reason behind that? That you will understand after some time. So it will be captured here, Cl will be removed. So finally what we are getting? We are getting a triple bond. Now I will extend this portion, 3 carbon, 1, 2, 3 in Me. Now see, this lone pair of electron, it is acting as nucleophile. So it is as if internal nucleophile. So it will attack here and there will be formation of 6-membered ring. So this type of ring will be generated. And finally there will be protonation by NH3. Or you can also think in this way, that is NH, nitrogen is now protonated. It may be protonated by NH3 also. Another way also you can think that this hydrogen, it will come to here. So it is minus H plus H plus. Deprotonation and protonation. So finally what we are getting? Hydrogen here. And nitrogen is neutral now. So now I hope it is clear that why this hydrogen, it is not captured, because if this hydrogen is captured then our benzene should be at this position, then the triple bond should be generated at this position, and attack by this N at this carbon, it is energetically not very favorable because it will lead to 7-member, it will be strained also. Fine. So that is the reason that this hydrogen, it will be captured by base. Okay, so this is our final structure, final product. Now come to the last one. We are using N-butyl lithium. It is the first step, and the second step is we are using furan. So in presence of N-butyl lithium, which is very strong base, there will be lithiation at this position. Now replacement of iodine compared to chloro, it is easier, plus BuI. Now there is minus LiCl. So we are getting a triple bond benzene. Fine. Next what we have? We have in the reaction medium furan. Now I will write the furan in a special way, in this way, though I should not write in this way, but so that we can understand the mechanism very easily, I am writing in this way. So what will happen? Diels-order adduct will take place. Diels-order adduct formation. So this is our dienophile. This is our diene, right? And this is dienophile. So finally, what structure we will get? This is the final structure. Okay, this is our final product. Fine. Next we have, so we will end today's video by a reaction which is a name reaction actually, and this is an important name reaction under addition elimination category. Remember the first mechanism in the first video that we have seen, addition elimination or SNAR mechanism. So this reaction is known as Chichi-Babin reaction. So we are starting the reaction with pyridine. So this is our pyridine. We are using base. So there is generation of NH2 minus. Now this NH2 minus, it is attacking at this position, and this is the corresponding counter ion of this NH2 minus. Now negative charge, it will be over nitrogen. So sodium salt is now as a counter ion here. So this is our Meitzenheimer complex or sigma complex. Next, see, there are two colored arrows. This is blue arrow and this is pink arrow. First we will follow what is happening if we follow the blue colored arrow. So the lone pair over nitrogen, it is shifted here. We are getting CN double bond. Nitrogen is positively charged. Fine. Now here this hydrogen is removed as H minus. So this H minus, it is now capturing one of the hydrogen. So nitrogen will be again neutral. See, nitrogen is neutral. And this is N minus Na plus, still like that. So this is the way if you follow the blue colored arrow. Now if we follow the pink colored arrow, there is another pathway that is possible. So in the pink colored arrow, this negative charge, it is now pushed in the ring, and there is a CN double bond. CN double bond here, and H minus is also generating in this mechanism, and this H minus is capturing one of the hydrogen. So now there will be negative charge over this nitrogen, and Na plus is counter ion. So this structure you can also get from this. By this negative charge, it will be shifted here. Now negative charge over here. So we can get this molecule either by following this path or this path. Both are possible. Okay. So finally, what is there? There is removal of sodium hydroxide, and also H2O is there, which will protonate this nitrogen, and there will be a H addition. So as if you write the water molecule in this way, one of the hydrogen, it will be added here, and this OH and this Na together, it will make NaOH. Fine. So finally what we are doing, we are removing the sodium salt, and we are that is adding one hydrogen here, so that finally what we are getting, 2 amino pyridine. Okay. So this reaction is known as Chichi-Babin reaction, a very good example of addition elimination mechanism. Fine. So that's all about today's video. In the next video, I will come with some new topic. Fine. Until then, goodbye. And if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. And thank you for your time.